We get a lot of calls from families where they've lost a loved one where something went wrong with their Medtronic insulin pump. When the pump fails, usually what happens is there's not enough insulin that gets delivered to the body. So the person who has diabetes, they're managing their diet, they're managing the pump, and they're acting as though they're getting the right amount of insulin. But if the pump fails, they're not getting that insulin, which means their blood sugar skyrockets, they go into a diabetic coma, and then unfortunately, many times they die.
A client came to us with a young girl who's going to college here in Atlanta at Spelman, and she had diabetes 1. In the middle of the night, her insulin pump failed, and she died. And it started there. We thought, we didn't know much about the pumps at that point, but we thought there's got to be something we can do for this family that's just not right. And it turned out, as we've worked up this case and it's progressed, that we're getting calls from other people who have had family members die while wearing these pumps.
Recently, there's been a recall from Medtronic about all the infusion sets that are used in Medtronic insulin pumps. The infusion set is the circular plastic thing that hooks on your stomach or your hip that actually there's a little needle in there that delivers you the insulin. Well, in that infusion set, it's defectively made so that if insulin or some other bodily fluid gets in there, it can clog a vent, which could either cause not enough insulin to be delivered or too much. In either situation, it can spell disaster for a diabetic.
What we thought was an isolated incident, and we just wanted to do what we could for this one family, a year ago, it's turned out that these pumps are just failing left and right all over the nation. And so now we are fully invested in this. We're going to try to help as many people as we can, and we're going to hopefully change the manufacturer's behavior going forward.
As soon as they call, we jump into action, because one of the most important things about these cases, these situations, is the pump. You've got to get hold and keep the pump. One of our clients, 5 days after her daughter died, Medtronic was on the phone to her asking for the pump back, didn't advise her to talk to a lawyer, lied and said that federal law requires you to not only give us the pump, but then your permission for us to destroy the pump, to do some destructive testing. And when it does happen, you lose the most important piece of evidence in your potential case, and that's the pump. The most important thing to do is call a lawyer who has the knowledge and experience in dealing with Medtronic insulin pump litigation. Because if you don't, if you wait too long, it may be too late. There may be no options for you.